October 20th edition of the Carolina Weather Video on this Wednesday. I am meteorologist Matthew East, and we do have some showers out there in a few spots this morning. And we're going to see a little broken band of showers move through over the next 5 to 6 hours. I'm cutting this video, as usual, during the 5 o'clock hour here on this Wednesday morning. And we have a lot to talk about, some interesting pattern changes on the way as we get into next week, and plus a great-looking weekend coming up. All that as we get into the video. Also, the tropics heating up. Let's start off with the radar this morning. This is from 10 minutes after 5 o'clock this morning, and at that point in time, you had that broken band of showers from parts of Georgia and Alabama all the way up into southern New England, and we're going to continue to see that band advance eastward. Not everybody is going to see the rain. And in the spots that do, it's not going to be very heavy, but just especially this morning for the I-85 corridor, there's going to be some showers around, but it'll be hit and miss, and that will be dry by this afternoon. It's still a little warm air mass right now. The entire region essentially is in the 50s this morning, and there's some cooler air waiting in the wings off to the north, and we will feel some of that as soon as tonight with lows dropping into the 40s across the region. Sort of broad troughiness once again here across the eastern half of the country. That'll be the case into tomorrow and Friday as well. And so a little bit of a push of cooler air is on the way. Now let's go on out to next work week. I talked about some pattern changes. That's the first of at least two systems that will impact our area next week. The GFS a little bit slower with the timing of this than the European, but notice a pretty well-defined shortwave. What this is there's a piece of energy up here off the Pacific Northwest, and a little piece of that dives off and carves out into that short wave that then advances into the southeastern United States early next work week. And so the result will be some showers and maybe even some thunderstorms as we get into late Monday into Tuesday. I'll show you that in a moment. Today, though, the showers that are with us will exit by lunchtime. Some partial clearing kicks in this afternoon, and then all of us are looking at essentially a clear sky tonight, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Tomorrow looks great, sunny with 70s for highs. It'll be a little breezy, though, maybe some wind gusts to 25 or 30 miles an hour. Beautiful weather for Friday, upper 60s to lower 70s for highs, lots of sun. Saturday, highs well up into the 70s once again. Notice we're getting back into that return flow as we get into the weekend. That high pressure moves offshore. The flow of winds shifts out of the south and southwest ahead of that next storm system. And so here's the setup. Sunday, southwest flow continuing, maybe a lot of upper 70s for highs Sunday. Still should be dry through the weekend, but here's the GFS. This is 2 o'clock on Monday afternoon. And again, some of the modeling actually brings some precip in Monday afternoon. So I'll just kind of leave that broad window open, saying from late Monday into Tuesday when we see the chance of showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder as our next system moves through. This is Tuesday evening on the GFS, the precip from 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it swings a pretty good round of showers and thunderstorms through the region. And again, the European fairly similar but a little bit quicker with the timing. Now let's go out to later next week. Here's the GFS, Friday evening, the 29th. So that's a week from Friday. Sort of a broad trough, but the European is much more sharp with that trough around toward the end of next week. So, I will mention that generally speaking, the European ensembles and the Canadian ensembles are in more agreement with this sharper trough scenario of the European than the GFS. So that would likely mean another round of showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder later on next work week, followed by a push of pretty chilly air in time for Halloween weekend. So it looks like that's how things are setting up right now. A couple storm systems and maybe a pretty good shot of colder air by the end of the month, by the 30th and 31st. And in the tropics, again, at the time I'm cutting this video, we do not have a classified system. A reconnaissance plane right now, as I speak, is heading into this area in the Caribbean Sea to investigate what's going on. There's the early morning satellite image, and when you loop this animation, it looks like there is probably a low-level center. It's probably right about in this area. Most of the convection displaced to the east of that center. The western part kind of void of convection. So certainly it's not a powerful system, but I think odds are this winds up getting classified as a tropical depression or maybe even Tropical Storm Richard over the next 24 hours. And there's the spaghetti charts. You have a couple of models that want to take this off to the north or northeast. I don't think that's the most likely scenario. We might see a temporary north motion, but generally speaking, this has the look of another Central America tropical system. We'll see. It's not set in stone yet, but that's the general idea right now. All right, that's it for this Wednesday edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great Wednesday, and God bless.